Yeah, but Neon out the mud. Before I get it out the mud, I stay on top of my fitness and hit the shower, clean it up, and then get back to the business. I don't care about who did it, I ain't worried who didn't. I head directly to the back, so I'll be there in a minute. I got expensive taste, the rollie got a different face. For surely I be in them places, they won't let you pass the gate. Post it up, sipping $1,000 scotches with the rock in it.
Rob, look a little quiet over there. Rob.
He's hurting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, Rob looks good.
Rob
Actually looks better than he has in a hospital.
How's it going, Rob? He's even got the joint in his mouth and everything. He's having a good old time, actually.
It looks better than Rob does right now. Oh my god.
But dude, it really kind of looks the same. The nose is like fucking perfect. The curly fucking hair. Looks all mangled, dude. Somebody get him a sugar cube.
Yeah.
That's Rob.
Rob, you need a sugar cube?
Get it, Rob.
Yeah, episode 22, 14 counties, Orange, Mass. These guys make concentrates. I'm here with Ian, and I'm here with Nico. What's going on, fellas?
How you doing, boys?
Living the dream, man.
Yeah. Living the dream.
Yeah. Wash your hands, kick it out.
Fuck you, I said you say fucking cup.
What's that?
You didn't even say cup. I didn't know where to fucking start.
You didn't say anything anyway.
I feel like Rob's here. I feel like Rob's here.
Yeah.
Good job, Rob. Good way to start us off.
It doesn't feel right without Rob next to me here.
I know. He's
It
the one
doesn't.
that keeps you in line.
He does. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Is this the
That's a rosin roll, yeah.
that's the rosin roll?
Yes.
Mm.
This is a fully emulsified, killed cure rosin. It's not injected or melted or anything like that. It's just kind of all mixed up in there together. It gives it a nice draw.
It tastes pretty good.
Yeah, it's some really good weed. Shout out to Picnic.
Picnic brew the flour here.
Yeah, that was a Picnic flower. Yeah, they're just some great growers. They get some great terps coming from their flower.
How'd you guys come up with that name?
The rosin rolls?
The picnic.
Oh, so that's not us. We actually we get our weed from Picnic.
Yeah.
A lot of the stuff that we process through is from Picnic.
Yeah. From a couple different people, but
Yeah.
they're definitely a big one. Big
You-
fan of them.
Huge.
You guys, 14 counties. You guys are interesting. You guys don't have a cultivation. You guys just purchase weed.
Yeah, so we're a tolling facility. So a lot of times we're not even purchasing the weed. We're just kind of helping and giving smaller growers in the community a way to
Yeah, Ricky doesn't smoke. I don't know why I'm reaching for him.
a way for smaller growers in the community to just kind of branch out and be able to put their names on the shelf. So like we'll do the downstream processing, concentrates, whatever they're looking for, and then we can package it and get it on the shelves for them. You know, and it's usually some sort of a collaboration is like the way we do it. A very recent one was we did a collaboration with Fresh Connection. Shout out to Fresh Connection, they're fantastic. Fresh Connection Boston. Samantha's great. They have some great flour coming out of there as well. We had a whole line going with them. That was the temple balls that you tried.
Yeah.
That was the FC squared.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. The temple balls were tasty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really like playing with that version of hash. You know, just kind of turning bubble into things without processing it too. It's just kind of fun.
Yeah, it was definitely flavorful. Definitely smelled really good. I wasn't expecting that, you know.
Seemed like you really liked that one once you got it.
Yeah, you know, I'm a cigarette smoker, so I dip the end of the cigarette in a little bit of hash, you know, I put it on the end of the cigarette
Some
and
people
take
say
a
that's
couple
what you're
whacks.
supposed to do. That's
I think, you know, it's a very like European thing. Like out there, you know, they even smoke their bongs with
Tobacco, right?
in it. Yeah,
Don't they put tobacco on the bottom and then put the cannabis on top?
There's a name
There's a
for
couple
it.
different names.
Yeah.
Somewhere here.
Yeah. But yeah, that's all they do. They are actually. You know, I have a friend that comes over to my house sometimes he's all the way from Germany. He's so German that his brother, or not brother, his cousin that's with him, comes with him. He has to kind of like translate.
Okay.
And they think we're crazy because we smoke like a joint with all weed in it.
Oh, okay.
And they're like,
Oh, yeah.
he's like, what?
People
Yeah.
What are
say
you
no
doing?
ways.
Or we take a whole bong rip with just weed. He's like, what are you doing? He's so confused, you know. He's like, dude, these guys are crazy. These guys are hardcore. You know, out here.
Different parts of the world, people smoke cannabis all different, right? Some places just smoke hash, right? They don't smoke flower.
Yeah, actually, I take a lot of my
Fuck cookies done or
inspiration
something?
from. I'm Lebanese, so I try to take a lot of my inspiration from out there. So like Lebanon, Afghanistan, they have huge markets, man. They have just these giant markets where you know you'll get like you'll go out and you'll get like a bunch of guys. They'll all be sitting in a row. And they just have these big bags full of bubble hash, like just like sift, pounded, dried hash. But they've been doing it for so long. This is quality that we probably can't even imagine.
Right.
You know, I myself haven't been out to experience this, but like, you know, I've seen people, I've watched people on like YouTube and stuff, and connoisseurs go out there, and they're just amazed by like the quality that these guys are putting off in there, and they're doing it out there. No electricity or anything. Like they have nothing that we have access to.
Working it.
Yeah, they're making some really good product.
Right.
Kind of bizarre to me. It's all different though.
That's the problem with the laws. People can't enjoy stuff like that from different parts of the world still. With this cannabis, you know, with it not being federally legal, you know.
Oh man, if I could go down to the store and buy charas from like the Himalayas.
Yeah, import some shit.
Oh my Lanta, dude, I would be doing that every day. I don't care. I wouldn't care what it would cost. You could text me.
Hold on. You don't have to say that to start.
Yeah, I mean, come on, man. Like, you know, that's like people like we don't have access to stuff like that. You know, like sometimes streamers and stuff like they'll go out there, and even when they go out there, like they have to get permission.
Right. Yeah, it's something I definitely got to check off the list, you know, just to.
Yeah, I would love to go like get out to like the Himalayas or something like that, and you know, I've been out to places like that, third world countries, and it's really fascinating to me. But I've never been somewhere specifically to do that, to like kind of go and like search for some
weed
or
mission.
something. Yeah, but I feel like it's something that it would be great to go and kind of experience. You know, I know people personally that have done things like that, and it's just kind of, I guess, an experience that's unmatched.
Right.
So where you guys from?
So I'm actually from Ocam.
Where the fuck is that?
Yeah, that's literally what.
Usually the answer is
That's literally the answer I usually get.
every other person has.
What is it, like 82 people that live there?
Yeah, I think there's they actually.
You guys have like a high school over there?
We have a very small. We have a middle school. I think that we had a high
Nobody
school.
makes it to high school?
Yeah, we all started farming that young. That's
Yeah.
I still don't know where it is.
You got high school? He goes, no, we got a middle school. No high
Um,
school over there.
You know, you ever heard of Barry, Massachusetts, or Gardner?
Gardner.
Yeah.
So I'm about 30 minutes away from Gardner. I'm about 30 minutes away from anything.
Okay.
I'm 20 minutes from the nearest gas station. So I'm in the middle of nowhere. You know, I'm at a higher elevation than Mount Wachusett. You know, when Mount Wachusett gets a flurry, I get a snowstorm.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, we're pretty high up there. But Rutland is an easy one. Have you
Okay.
heard of Rutland?
Rutland, Mass.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Center Tree. It's like the most centered place in Massachusetts.
Okay.
It's the closest place I can say. I think we're probably about 15 minutes outside of Rutland.
Yep. Yep.
But-
Nico, where are you from?
I grew up in Acton, Massachusetts.
Acton?
Most of my life, yeah. That's like I went to Acton, Boxborough High School, everything like that. And now I'm in like the Billerica area, but just been in Mass forever.
And you do more of the sales for 14 counties?
Marketing.
Marketing. And Ian, you're actually
I'm just
washing.
doing rosin. Yeah, I kind of just focus on the solventless stuff. It takes up a lot of time.
Yep, yep. And how long you guys been with the company?
I've been with the company now for a little over a year, which might be surprising, but 14 counties is a kind of a place that you go if you. They're great. They're there for the community. They're there for you. You know, like the guys that are running the show up there are. I've never worked for a better facility. I've worked in a lot of them, and I've never worked for a better facility.
Now you say you can move up in there. Did you start making rosin there, or did you?
No. Actually, I started the rosin there. There was no rosin when I first got there. I was actually working in the lab. I was kind of a lab lackey, you know. Came at the bottom, coming out from a different lab, and every lab you go to, you start at the bottom. You know, you just kind of do little by little until you learning how they want you. Yeah, you do a lot of cleaning. You know, there's a lot of cleaning involved, a lot of packing socks. You know, everyone does their time.
Yeah.
But during that time, you know, they teach you, how they want you. I already had some knowledge. I have prior knowledge, so they're just kind of teaching you the way that they want you to process.
To run the facility.
You know, it's their SOPs and stuff like that. So, like, I kind of like to go into every facility with a clean, I forget everything. They teach me how they want me to do it.
Right, and that's what you do. How long you been? You started off in marketing there too?
Mostly doing it was going to be brand ambassador focused, doing pop-ups and that, but been given a lot of opportunities to put together educational events, plan our flower expo. Yeah, so really move up from what I was doing, and now get to do stuff like this, plan with you guys.
Did you go to school for marketing?
I went to school for small business management, but I really love marketing, so that's always been the thing. Like my mom would always say, I love commercials, which is the weirdest thing ever, but...
Yeah, that's definitely... I mean, Super Bowl commercials, I'll give you that.
Those were... I mean, they're not as...
Man. Why can't they make commercials like that anymore?
But I've always loved just marketing, especially stuff I really enjoy. It's easy to talk about stuff I love, so it's not even marketing to me, you know what I mean? It's just a good conversation. But yeah, went to school for small business. I love small business. I think it's the most important thing we really have out here, supporting small business and keeping things as local as possible. It's a huge value for me.
Yeah, without a doubt. And I don't think people like to pay. Mess me up with my ashtray. New York, though. I'm off today. We're all off today. Rob's quiet over there.
Yeah, very quiet.
I don't want to have my ashtray. I got to clean up on that one.
Yeah, I was going to say you have no problem getting ash on the floor with the ashtray in the right spot.
I'm trying not to. You know what I'm saying?
You say, oh yeah.
I'm trying not to.
There's another ashtray over there, Crank. Crank, can you grab that glass ashtray that's off the thing there? You lost your train of thought.
Lost my train of thought. It happens way too much.
It'll come back.
I don't know why.
So when you came to 14 counties, did they have anybody as a brand ambassador, or did they have anybody doing marketing already?
So for the concentrates and everything, I helped launch that specific stuff.
Okay.
There was some people there, but I've been doing the main stuff there, helping with kind of from the ground up on our, marketing planning, how we're interacting with the community, everything like that.
So you were there at the beginning. You helped come up with the name 14 counties?
Not for 14 counties. I did not help come up with the name.
Okay.
But I will say I was definitely asked about it.
Oh, you were there after?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just for the launch of the concentrates.
Okay.
But it's been a really good journey with that, honestly, and I love the concentrates.
He did come up with some of like the logos and stuff on the packaging though. Don't let him fool you. He's got some really good stuff out there. You know.
Okay, you help with the packaging, with the logo?
Yeah, I work with, I gotta shout out Dan on our team who does like the rosin rolls, the label, everything like that. I do some of the slogans on there, like the For the Commonwealth was part of my idea. But everything's a team effort. I don't really like saying anything was on me.
No, I just didn't know if you were involved from the inception and the help with the planning
for
with
all
team.
the concentrate. Yeah, absolutely. I was gonna say, shout out Tom in the situation, one of the co-founders. But he even asked me, he's like, "Hey, you're gonna be in charge of the marketing. How are you feeling about the name and everything? Is that comfortable? Do you think it works?" And I love the name.
Yeah.
If you're from Massachusetts and you love being here, I think 14 counties is fitting.
Yes, I like it.
Yeah, and trying to outreach to the community, it's so fitting. So
Now,
I can't argue with that.
do you guys deal mostly with small batch like cultivations, like small like square footage, like 5,000 square foot canopy people, 10,000?
So we definitely try to. We do have some running contracts with some other companies, but any of the product that comes through for our specialty concentrates, we try to stick with the small growers or the same growers. Like it's hard to find people that grow good weed in Massachusetts.
I was just about to ask that. Is there a lot of spots that you go to that, we're not doing this?
So I wouldn't say, that it's like, we're not doing this. There's always something we could do. If we can't process hash, that doesn't mean it's going to be bad for BHO or something else. There's always something we could do. But have I ever gotten material that I've like sent back? Yeah, absolutely. I've got material that I said no, I won't. I won't deal with it.
You give them a review?
No, it doesn't work like
no,
that.
No, thank you. You're trash.
Yeah, Ricky.
Yeah, I know.
You don't want him working PR in your operation.
It's usually a misunderstanding or an accident when something like that happens. It's never really on purpose.
It's like the fruitcake and it gets regifted.
Send it somewhere.
Or it's someone that doesn't understand.
Yeah,
there's a lot to understand. There's a lot to. You can't just throw some weed in the water with a little bit of ice and expect to get a good result. Like that's not how washing hash works.
Right.
It all starts with the grower. Like shout out to the grower. 100% shout out to the grower. If it wasn't for good weed, we wouldn't have good hash rosin.
So how did you get into it?
I just kind of really became interested in it. I guess more fixated in it. Going through high school. I did
so you did go to high school.
I
thought you stopped at junior high.
Yeah,
middle school.
I went to boarding school, actually. I had a hard time with math, so they sent me off to a place that could help me learn a little bit better, math. But I have autism, so I tend to fixate on things. And going through high school, I did a project. And I just kind of became fascinated with weed. And then, I guess the next logical level from, weed is you become more interested into it with a kind of a scientific mind. I was like, okay, well, what about concentrate? And then it went from that to, I don't want to blow myself up, so what about hash? Because, concentrate's great. I love working with the BHO and stuff like that. But, I've been in too many situations where I've almost lost my life, man.
You got all your fingers, that's good.
So yeah, CO2. Yeah, I'm smart. Yeah, I'm lucky. I'm lucky in those situations. It's always a close one. I've been seeing, high pressure situations that were pretty dangerous. I've been in some, weird accidents. You can't predict everything. So I like my water and ice.
Simple.
You're not going to find me drowned in there or anything, Also, the product, I feel like you just get all together. In my opinion, you just get a better product for when you're washing hash. It's everyone. When it comes to cannabis, it's each to their own. I'm very adamant about that. Just because I like something doesn't mean someone else is going to like it, especially because it's so expensive. Hash rosin is pretty expensive, and that's usually the thing I get. It's like, why is it so expensive? Well, it takes a lot of work, and it takes a lot of weed to get a very small amount.
Yes, yes. Yeah, you gotta have the right product so it washes, so it's
Yeah.
worth washing and going through the labor of doing it, right? Because you're still hand washing, right?
Yes,
Hand
yes.
paddling?
Full hand washing. We don't use a like a plastic barrel, but we do use a brushless. We use a stainless steel wash container, and so it's as close to like as old fashioned as possible as we can. But I'm really about my cleanliness. Another thing that that fixation brings in is I have an absolute extreme fear of failing for mold or giving someone like an inadequate product, and my cleaning process is just insane. Like it's over labor intensive, it's over the top, and I know it is. I wash after every. I clean everything after every wash. Everything gets taken apart and completely sanitized. I'm scraping things like I'm washing it twice, sanitizing it with ethanol, and then washing it again with water, and letting it to sit overnight in the cold room before I ever put anything back together. It's just it's a fear of mine. So I try everything that I possibly can to not let that happen. And a big part of that is like keeping with things that are stainless steel that I can wash really easily. And replacing anything that I can't all the time.
Now, when you guys launched the rosin line at 14 counties, what was 14 counties doing before?
It was flour, so helping people package flour, just sort of like the Fresh Connection.
So you guys take in their flour, package it up with their logo on it?
We usually do some
before?
sort of,
With the flour, in regards to the flour.
When it was the flour, it was under, I believe, 14 counties, and then it also mentions the brands, just like as we do now.
It would be very similar to that.
A collab label.
Yeah.
Just trying to make sure. It's the same thing we do now, depending on the thing. It'll say picnic on there, or it'll have like the FC squared, which is the collab we do with Fresh Connection.
So do you guys handle the marketing or any of the distribution, or no, you just package it up and help with the marketing to launch their product through
If they want
14
help with
counties?
that as well, then we help with that as well. Like I've worked with Sam from Fresh Connection. I know he has as well.
Yeah.
Just to get stuff together. She's who we did our first education course with on just like the history of hash, how to make it, how to smoke it, everything like that. So
You guys did a course, like you sold tickets to it?
Yeah, like a traditional course. Yeah, actually, that's something that we've been working on doing a lot more of.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
You guys got anything planned in the near future, like another event coming up?
trying to work on something right now with, hopefully, we'll see how things land up with Harbor House. They've been really awesome. I'll give them a shout out.
Oh yeah, I like Corey.
Yeah, good people over there.
Yeah.
And then honestly, anyone else, any growers we work with, any concentrate producers, I'm super open. People, always worry about being competitive, but I feel like we have a community to build up, especially in Massachusetts. We've lost a lot of
Everybody says
it,
that.
Yeah, and it's kind of tiring because like, how about we're all succeeding? We know how bad it gets out here, and then we can fight each other.
I feel like this industry is like in survival mode right now. It's not really in competition mode.
I agree with you, and it's like, why don't we all try to survive this community with we have the strongest community that's been built up over years and years and years, putting respect on all the people who spent time to build it. And then for some reason, a lot of parts of the industry lose it. But I will say again, I appreciate where I am because I work with people like him. I work with people who are legacy, as we have to say in the industry, and people who are just really solid, really care about the plant, really care about their job, really care about quality. That's why it's so easy for me to speak about it. I don't have to make anything up.
What was that rosin that you came over here with and that I tried last time?
The honeydew.
The honeydew.
Yeah.
That shit was quality.
Thank you.
Is that your core consumers, like the heady that wants like the high quality? What do you guys sell your grams of rosin for? Retail.
They're actually not bad comparably.
Yeah. So there's a range. It honestly depends, and also people take it as they do with retail, but from like 50 to 60. So we're really going for the highest quality we can. We're trying to keep it, because listen, especially with rosin being a new category for a lot of people. Like I speak to you, someone else. I just smoke flowers, like a common thing you hear.
Yeah.
It's really difficult to convince someone to try a new thing when it's way out of their price range, or they're like, I can just get a vape for $20 or something. That'll take care of me.
And not everybody wants to have a torch in their house and a dab rig and stuff. So it was also, what was really important was making sure that we had a variety of different types of products. So we're coming out of the same thing, so we can give people that are, that don't have like a dab rig or they don't know how to use, a dab rig, and they still want to try our products. We have the vape line as well.
Yeah, what was that I was hitting earlier? That was
This is our vape line.
Is that rosin? Or?
Yeah, this is a vanilla chem.
Okay, so this is rosin. This was really smooth.
Thank you. Yeah, all of our units right now, we're using active as our unit. It might be a little clogged there.
It takes a second with the rosin ones. Though.
It does, yeah.
They're up.
Yeah, somebody was telling me you have to.
Kind of give a nice little toke on it first.
Yeah, and then like a slow draw. Like
yeah,
a long, slow long draw, and you get a better
hard, it just doesn't have enough time.
Yeah.
So now, when you make your hash, you paddle it, as opposed to a lot of these places have commercial machines to wash their hash. Is there any difference between like hand washing as opposed to machine washing, as opposed to quality and turnout, or is it just like a rite of passage? Like it's more like homegrown, like that farm feel. Like, hey, my man paddled the rosin, like put sweat into it, like.
There's a lot of controversy actually that goes like into that. There's a lot of different opinions. I like to be Switzerland when it comes to that.
Yep.
I
we
really,
talked about it a little bit before.
I really like. I like to stick on the side that everybody has a difference of opinion. I think that I've used machines and large machines that big name machines, Hashtron, Low Temp. They're all fantastic. But I've been washing hash since 2014.
Okay.
With a paddle, and if it's not broken, don't fix it. Like I make good hash with a hand wash.
And you get just as good as yields.
Yeah. Sometimes better in my opinion. In my opinion, sometimes I get better looking hash. It's all my opinion.
Right. Everything's everybody's opinion.
Exactly.
Everybody's got one.
Is there some certain spots that you've advertised to and marketed to that are starting to catch fire? That you see more product going out to that area?
I'll shout out Join Operations. They have
shout out Join Operations in Gardner.
Yeah, I mean all the stores.
All the stores are great, but like my hometown one, it's so close to me. I love it there. They incredible.
Join Operations.
Join Operations.
I like the name of that.
Yeah, right.
It's
that's old school. I like that.
So I don't want to speak on that because I'm not really sure, but I'll tell you that especially having one close to me finally. That sounded really, really bad. That's a glass head. Bro, the glass head just.
Clean the aisle too.
No. What did we break?
I don't know what happened over there, but.
What did we break?
You guys are raising so much racket, Rob can't even get a word in right now.
Yeah, right.
There's the
Rob's
banger.
lost for words.
Yeah. He's appalled right now.
Yeah, right.
He can't even speak.
I just thought he didn't like us. I was like,
You guys are getting the silent treatment.
Yeah.
The silent treatment.
Yeah, the show must go on. Rob's usually our IT guy. He usually be looking this up right now.
is he not going to do it now? What's going on?
Come on, Rob. Can you look this
Rob,
up?
what's going on?
Rob,
Why is he asleep at the wheel or whatever?
I was excited to meet him too.
he's asleep at the wheel. How do you get somebody to not smoke a distillate, buy a distillate pen, and then smoke a rosin pen?
I'm
It's
sorry.
about the education.
Yeah. I'll talk about that.
Don't tell him what it is.
It's
Just tell him. Did you say just tell him what it is?
Switch the label?
This is no.
No, I really want to know. How do you get somebody to jump over from?
Yeah, so it's a conversation that I usually put into the terms of like luxury goods, right? And alcohol is something that everybody understands. But it's the same reason. Like, hey, you can go into a liquor store and you can buy, Everclear, of course. You could buy any beer there or whatever.
Right.
I don't want to insult any beers.
Yeah, plastic bottle vodka.
Yeah, you
what I'm
grab that.
saying?
It'll get you
$12 for a fucking gallon.
But a lot of people also go in and you get a nice 6-pack of something. You get that local whatever, your IPA. You really enjoy it. There's the flavor, there's the depth, and that's how I usually pitch it to people. It's like, yeah, it's going to cost a little bit more. Maybe it's not as much in there, but the experience is really what you're going to get.
Right.
And then once you hear people like him speak, you see the process, everything like that, you start understanding that it's a lot more from the ground up.
A lot of it is also.
Ian's so passionate, I might want to take it.
And getting them. That's the other thing. But yeah, just spreading that.
Once you smoke it, that's like a big thing. Is like getting them to take that hit, like doing our dab bars and stuff, is super important because then we get to reach out to the customer in a face-to-face scenario. They can ask me questions if they want to, and then I can get them to try the product. And I really don't like to toot my own horn. I hate talking to myself in general, but it speaks for itself. All I have to do is take a dab, and I feel like people enjoy it.
Right.
People really enjoy the bubble hash. It's something that they don't see often, and I think I'd have a different variation and take than what's already out there. It's very traditional.
Nothing speaks louder than results.
Yeah, I think that's very true. And I'm going to continue with what I'm doing because of how it is coming out.
So do you guys work with a lot of dispensaries? I know joint operations you work with.
They're fantastic. Ideal.
Ideal as well. They're a cool
Ideal's
bar, too.
Nick?
Goes in and out.
Oh no,
At
Nick?
Ideal? Yeah.
Yeah, Nick.
Stops?
Yes.
Yeah.
But he's just handling cultivation now.
Yeah, we toured that. That was a nice facility.
Yep,
Again,
yep.
I feel like I shout out everyone. That was a beautiful
Well, I mean,
facility.
yeah,
Really
shout out
good.
everybody. I don't know. There's too
I
much
like it.
stigmatism.
There's
Too much stigmatism in like this. There's this weird barrier in the industry today that it's just like, why do we have to? Why are we competing? Like,
Yeah, you
there's
gotta
no
pick one,
reason.
right? You gotta pick one.
There's no reason to do that.
Right.
There's a room for everybody.
Right.
Every consumer wants something different.
So you must rip a kayak, one side or
I
the
said
other
the
in a
same.
fucking minute.
So what is
It's so funny that people say that because one of my favorite things to do, I disc golf most of my time, but when I'm not disc golfing, I'm fishing off a kayak.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, right.
freshwater? Or
Fresh water, but
what are you going for? Like
anything, catch and release. I
I
catch and release anything. I don't eat fresh water.
Yeah, I know. But what are you catching out that way?
We catch a lot of bass. A lot of bass.
Largemouth bass.
Largemouth. And then they stock a variety.
Okay.
Around where I'm from, but a lot of those you don't see until the winter when people start ice fishing. So like pickerel and stuff like that. You'll get that. You'll get them.
Do they got sturgeons and stuff like out there? Well, like the next size down from them?
Never caught one out there, but
Okay. Isn't there something
Someone
between,
was-
like a pickerel and
someone was
sturgeon?
telling me, somebody was telling me that they saw something where someone caught one. I'm not sure if it's
Okay.
normal out here or not.
Yeah.
You should go fishing on the Acushnet River. You catch all kinds of creatures.
Yeah. Well, see, when it comes to fishing,
Fucking factory.
Yeah,
right?
right.
That's not by choice.
I'm a deep sea guy when it comes to fishing. Like I do like fishing from the kayak; it's fun. But I kind of do that to get away from everything.
Yeah.
If we're going for fish, like to eat, I really like. I'm a huge tuna guy. My dad's got a boat. We go out.
Like to see you
On
catch
the
a tuna
vineyard.
on a kayak.
Oh yeah, no. We got a nice big boat. We go out in the summer on my dad's boat. You want to go out with a bunch of guys too. And then I have a few friends in Maine that I go out with. He's got a really nice nice boat. We go out pretty far too. But deep sea fishing is just it's a different monster.
What are you going for out there? Cod or
Well, we like
sailfish or-
bottom fish, like bottom feeders and stuff like that are fun. Like flounder, and I'm a huge bluefish guy.
Yeah.
I love smoked bluefish, so
Okay.
anytime I get a chance to get a smoked bluefish, I was a huge.
Those are pretty easy to catch
Yeah.
around here.
Oh yeah, I was a
They're
huge
all-
striper guy, but they're not easy to catch around here anymore. They used to be.
Yeah.
You used to be able to catch easy.
I wish Rob was
I
here.
think they're back now. I think they're finally coming back now. But it was years, man.
You got to get on. I wish Rob was here. He's got his boat.
He's right here. Will you?
Yeah. Rob, tell him about your boat and onset. Well, Rob's got a boat and onset, and I've been out there with him numerous times, and we can pull stripers right there in the bay, right outside the bay, the canal.
Oh, we'll have to
Like
go
the mouth of
sometime,
the
man. I'm
canal right
huge
out
fishing.
there.
Yeah.
For like a month, there's like a 5-week period that no matter when, as long as you time the tide right, you'll catch a striper, like multiple, like.
But just
like a
recently,
5-week period.
You ever been tuna fishing? That's
No.
kind of our new obsession. My dad just started going.
What, for the big ones?
Yeah.
No shit, you guys hooked one of them yet?
No, we haven't caught one yet. No, we're still working on it. Long days, but
Yeah.
I went tuna fishing in Mexico.
yeah.
Yeah, that was an experience. I got
yeah,
sick.
Rob-
I got sick on the way out. Finally got out there. I was kind of like
Yeah,
settling
see, that's
in.
good luck.
I ripped a few shots and I came back. Got rid of my sickness. Yacked a few times and I was like, a few shots. And I hooked the tuna. It wasn't like I thought this thing was like a monster.
Oh,
I
yeah.
hooked it. Hey, and I'm like, give me the seat. Give me the seat. And then the guy comes over with one hand. And like pulled it. It was actually a good size, but let me tell you, I thought that thing was like fucking 300 pounds. Ended up coming in like fucking 30.
You guys ever done lobster pots before?
No.
No, not my own.
I've done shark fishing down in Florida.
Ooh.
Rented a charter a couple times.
Big ones?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we pulled up
12 feet?
hammerheads. One was like 13, and then the other one was smaller,
Wow,
like
so-
9 feet, like 10 feet.
Do you need any like special kind of rig for that, or are you just using? Like,
I was just on a
tuna
charter, just rented
Okay.
a boat
Just renting
with a
a rig?
chair.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, there was the one time we got the shark. The second time we went with Mark the shark. The guy's a nut job. It was like a 3-hour fight in the chair.
Man,
And
you must have
we
been
went-
tired, dude.
No, my buddy D was in the chair for like the first 2 hours, and he wanted to get out. And I was like, "What do you just need beers?" And he was like, "Yeah, just get me a beer." I was like, "All right." And I just
Yeah.
had to stay there and keep on feeding
You
the
did your
beers.
part.
So it took him like 3.5 hours. But when we hooked it, we went like 1.5 miles this way, and then like 3.5 miles this way from when we hooked him. Like the thing just like dragged us. Like
Oh, drag the whole boat. Oh, wow.
yeah, you just follow it, I guess. Like
Yeah.
you can't really rail him up right away, or else like it'll
Well, yeah, you
hook
gotta
him
let him
and
get tired, I guess.
just that and the other. So, but
That's impressive.
yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I pulled in some big fish and nothing like that though. I'll tell you, it's a dream of mine though.
Oh
I'm not a big
yeah,
hunter, but I really want to. I'd love to pull in a large fish.
yeah. Rob knows with them big tuna,
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah, we do lobster pots though.
Yeah.
Just keeping it a secret today.
Where
We're keeping it tight lipped.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Where them
yeah,
fish
yeah.
at? You gotta tell me.
yeah.
Lock lips, yeah.
Very
Maybe when we go when we tour the facility, I'll bring Rob.
Sounds
That'd be
He'd
great.
like
yeah.
to check it out.
Is he gonna be
We
this
can talk
quiet, or-
GPS
What's
markers.
that?
Is he gonna be this quiet, or is
He's
he
a
gonna
little
be-
He might talk right now.
He's a little
I don't
shy
know
with
why.
new people.
He usually doesn't let Ricky get a word in. Talks over everybody on set.
So we go get
He'll just rapid fire you 5 questions. Now I don't know what happened. He must be on sedatives.
Hey, he's thinking about as many notes.
Yeah. All in crayon.
Yeah.
These guys make rosin. But yeah, so the fight, you guys are fighting the good fight, trying to get people over onto the rosin.
Yeah, it's it's a different product. If you haven't tried it yet, I really highly suggest it. It's just it's altogether a different product. And not to say that any product is better than the other, but if you haven't tried it, it speaks for itself.
So that's one of the main things is getting the proper product to wash. What's another?
So what's the
Have the
goal?
right environment.
What's the goal?
The goal, like for
What's the
processing.
end game? Like,
For
okay,
14
I know you're
rosin
living the
back
dream now, but what's the dream?
Oh, I will. I mean, I guess like the next logical step is just like to move up and start doing this for my own facility. I love working with 14 counties, and I'm going to be here for a while. At least the next few years, processing with them. But in the future, I'm going to open up my own place, and I'm gonna do my own thing.
Where's the ideal location?
I'm gonna go to Maine. It's
Different laws.
different laws, man.
It's
And
unfortunate, but
the
But that's what they did in Colorado too, where it was set up like how Maine is, but then they flipped it after a while because that's where Corey was growing out there from Harbor House.
yeah.
Because he was on the show, and
But Maine knows they got it right. See, that's the difference.
but is the money gonna come in and flip this thing?
Oh, it's coming in droves. If you go over there and like look at like their infrastructure and stuff like that, like even me going there once a week, it was like overnight. It was so strange. All of a sudden, like all of these things started getting put up. Stoplights started getting put in. They started making dangerous intersections less dangerous. All sorts of renovations being done, and I was I kind of just made the connection. I was like, well, it's probably because the tax. We're not even to tax just because there's money moving around now.
Well, now they got a rec market and a medical market now.
Yeah.
I know that. And
So then they can tax it a little bit.
in the med, but yeah, the laws are so lax. I think I don't know.
Are you wondering if the mass market's going to change at all with more money in that, or?
No, I'm just saying, I don't know. It seems like Maine did it right. Is there better rosin in Maine than in Massachusetts on the market?
A lot of that's like
It's an opinion thing, but I do think so.
That's the biggest fight that we have. That's why I joke let's compete with each other once we deal with Maine, because if people are still going to drive 3 hours to go to Maine to pick something up.
Yeah, if I'm competing with anybody, I'm competing with people in Maine.
Yeah,
That's the competition, really.
And I feel good about saying that too, because being able to compete.
If
with
you're in the
quality,
rosin
it's
game in
a different level.
Massachusetts,
Yeah.
no matter who you are, you're losing people to Maine. Is what you're saying.
Honestly, I think so. I mean, for a lot of the industry too, that's the stuff. You're going to lose people to.
Yeah, the drinks. A big thing is the drinks too. A lot of people go out, or not just drinks, edibles. A lot of people go to Maine for their edibles.
Different dosage laws.
Different dosage laws.
Yeah.
Why they want the higher dosage?
Well, they need the higher dosage, man.
Yeah.
A lot of these rec patients are only rec patients because they want to own a gun in Massachusetts and they don't want to get their medical license, so they just continue to be a rec license, and they can't actually reap any of the benefits of being a medical patient, especially in Massachusetts. So you have to go to Maine to do that. Even recreationally in Maine, I think that you can get high dose.
No way.
Yeah.
I mean, the 5 milligrams. He was saying that he can do 1. 5,
yeah, that's just me personally.
I've been making edibles since Legacy, so 100 milligrams is sort of a standard, but I'm not going to eat a bag of gummies personally. You know what I mean? I know it works for people who it's for, but that's too much sugar to start.
Right.
Or getting a drink that's 5
And just
milligrams.
think about how much space that takes up too.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't.
Why
think
you
about
dose? You dose edibles?
that. So I do.
How much you whacking down a day?
I try to get at least 20 to 30.
I can just smoke joints once all day. I
Not you.
smoke quite a bit throughout the day.
Yeah. How many joints do you think you smoke a
I
day?
probably smoke a quarter to a half ounce every day.
Looking at Snoop Dogg numbers there.
Those are really good numbers. Yeah, those are
Yeah,
solid
I just put down numbers.
That's an athlete
You
skill.
should do what he does and just collect your roaches for a whole day, and then
I used to, and all my friends.
give it a lineup. Be like, all right.
Yeah, but my roaches are very small. I toenail them things. There's nothing left.
Yeah. You don't want to waste anything, right?
Yeah. My friends used to make fun of me. Matt used to make all them guys who saved my roaches. It's there's nothing left. It's pointless.
I mean, you're just smoking all of it. I don't see what's wrong with
Yeah,
that.
fuck it.
What do you mean?
I just
Smoke
smoke
some
Made
fingertips.
fun of me.
burn it right down.
You got to get those clips, man. Just
Helping
calling out
operations.
different people.
Yeah, your boys.
Oh, I'll shout out everybody. Right?
Yeah, who's
If I
on the
miss
team?
anybody. Just everyone on the team.
Yeah,
Jess.
everyone on the team,
Yeah,
Jess.
shout out Jess.
100% shout out Jess.
She works in sales and production as well.
She does all of these by hand, guys. It's incredible.
Yeah.
It's on a tube and.
No, she does the emulsification. She
Mixes them.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
all by hand.
She works in production as well.
Homogenizing.
She does a lot of gummy work. New addition to the team, Dana. Definitely shout her out as well.
Dana.
Shout out Dan from the other lab.
Shout out our boy Dan.
And then Dan, who does
DHO
the
guy.
packaging as
Yeah.
well. Tom and Chris, the co-founders. Big shout out to them, of course, for giving everybody a nice opportunity.
For everything.
Yeah.
This would not exist without Tom and Chris, and we really appreciate them. We really appreciate their interest in this. I wouldn't be where I am today without either of them, and I really appreciate them for that. They're very supportive, and
Who makes the temple balls?
Me.
You make the temple balls too? Did we talk about the temple balls? Because you gave me temple balls too.
We talked about it a little bit, but I mean, we can get
what was
into
the
that.
other thing then? Diamonds you gave me, right?
Yeah, the diamonds.
that was
and sauce
Dan. Yeah,
box.
Dan makes the
Dan.
diamonds, man. He is.
Now
a
what's
genius.
that? What is for somebody who doesn't know about diamonds? What's diamonds?
So diamonds
Some
is
people know
it's,
about diamonds.
it's
Okay, it's not those diamonds, right?
Carry on.
So, diamonds are chemically separated THCA. So so basically what he's doing is he's force separating somehow using either chemicals or there are multiple ways that he does it in there. He does it like 6 different ways that he can turn it into.
Is that solventless or no?
No, so that would be solvent concentrate.
Okay.
So like that can be done with butane, that can be done with ethanol, that can be done with just like just a whole different kind of. You can even just do it with butane and pressure. Like there's just like different ways that you can.
Because that was actually tasty too, man. I ran that through the Puffco.
Yeah. The Puffco is a
Exactly.
great way to smoke that one too. Did you get any lemon terps from that one?
It was really good. I just remember smoking it and I was like, shit, that's tasty. Like
Yeah, he
really
does a really
tasty.
good job. I could shout out people for so long. I feel like
Dan made that
Dan,
diamond.
shout out to Dan. Dan made that one. That dude, I like to call him Walter White. He's over there, like he's cooking up some crazy stuff. He's very
Walter White.
Yeah, he's very.
Does he live in a trailer?
No.
we can't disclose that.
It's a top
Does he have
secret.
wheels underneath his house?
It's top secret. We don't
Yeah. Undisclosed location.
undisclosed
He
locations.
just shows up, man. He runs the fucking
Shows up, does his job. You know what I mean?
And he kills it. He shows up and he kills it. That's what he does. He comes in and he kills it. But he has a great team in there too. Shout out to Mark and Scott working really hard up in the lab there. Cooking things up. Shout out to Joe in the lab there cooking things up. He's doing they're all just doing a great thing.
Who's out there getting the product to bring back to you to watch?
So that would be Tom. Tom's actually very involved with that, it really shows when it comes to the product because he really knows what he's looking for.
You go too.
Huh?
I said you do the tours as well.
Yeah, I mean I go too. Yeah, I go too.
Oh, you go on tours
It's
too?
a joint effort. It's a joint effort.
Hell yeah.
Everything.
I really do like.
Sounds like 14 counties is a pretty cool place to work.
It is.
Yeah, it's a close team. I've really enjoyed it. I again have had my
I was gonna say,
experience.
Yeah, you
It's a
had an issue right
collaboration.
before at a
Yeah,
facility.
yeah.
How was the
My first
Christmas
job.
party?
Nuts.
It was good. It was good, but honestly, it was solid.
I had a great time.
I had a really nice time.
Yeah.
So I've never really done I never had a Christmas.
I've never
party
had
at
a Christmas
company I
party.
worked for.
I've never felt appreciated like that
Yeah.
before.
Why did you guys get a limo or was it just did you guys all go to some place?
We all went to some place.
We all went to some
and they
place
did,
after work, and it was a
Hell
lot
yeah.
of fun.
And they did like gift bags with our names on them. And
Never
that's
been
where I got
treated
the
like that.
sweatshirt.
Yeah, it was cool. Yeah, I had a
Nice,
company
man.
Christmas party one time for my trash company and
Oh, it must
we got a limo and took like 14 people to Providence and the fucking limo driver was slumped over when we got out. We ended up having to drive the limo home.
No,
Yeah.
that's insane.
And the guy was a prick too. Like when we got on, he wouldn't let us smoke. And then like we get back and he ended up eating a Wonka bar that was on the bus and didn't know weed was in it.
Oh man, Walker bars are.
Yeah,
classic.
put him down.
That's
So we
crazy.
threw him out of the driver's seat. And we ended up, I was like, yeah, you can smoke whatever you want. We smoked cigarettes in there.
Yes,
Like,
dude.
fucking
Totally
Driving?
hijacking.
What's
You
that?
guys let him drive?
No, we threw him out of in the back. He was slumped over the whole time.
He was
Joey
having a
drove
bad
it
time.
back.
He was having the time I was having in the bathroom.
Joey drove it back. We dropped everybody off.
Boy got fired the next day.
Guaranteed.
Listen, this guy was still passed out. Like 2 hours ride home, dropping like 3 stops. We turned the thing. They're like, "What are we gonna do with this guy?" We're like, "I don't know. Just turn the thing around and point out the driveway. Like, well, he'll be fine." Fucking, it's like 2 in the maybe 1:30 or something. Go to bed. I wake up in the middle of the night, like 4:30 in the morning, to go take a leak. This fucking thing's still running in the driveway.
It's still running.
Still running.
It was on.
Yeah.
No way.
Because it was in the winter. Because he would have frozen.
Oh yeah.
the
Okay.
driveway.
Well,
fair.
yeah, you guys are thinking. At least you guys are thinking about that. That's pretty cool.
But whatever. He was gone in the morning.
I wonder how long he was there.
He'd have been able
But that
to
was
be paddling.
That's what
Paddling
happened.
in the back of the limo.
That was the last time I had a Christmas
If
party.
he turned the heat on, he'd been paddling in the back of a limo.
Yeah. That was the last time I had a Christmas party. So you had a good one though.
Yeah, I
At
mean,
14 counties.
Yeah.
I've never at any company I've ever worked at, I've never felt this appreciated. So it was just cool to. It was cool to see a different side of everything, and continue to see a different side of everything. A lot of people are like, go into a place and everything's.
Is there anything that we missed that you guys might want to tell the consumers, or any information like you guys got on your product, your brand, what you guys are about?
You know, I guess I just like to say that give us a try if you haven't. You know, it's good product, and I want to be able to continue to keep giving it to you guys. We have events scheduled, and we'll continue to schedule events. Look for us on social media. Look for us on YouTube. We're going to try to continue to do as much as we can to connect with you guys.
Where do people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at bangers_and_baskets. You can also find our 14 counties page, and that is, I'm going to let you go.
14_counties. There are no posts on it right now. We only repost.
It's shut down.
Yeah, and we get reported a lot. So
What other?
We have a
what
YouTube in the
dispensaries
works.
you guys in?
I would have to get a more formal list to kind of.
But shout out to Joint Operations. We are in Joint Operations. If you're anywhere near Gardner and you have the time to stop by, great prices, great products.
So when's your next event?
Our next event is
Next month, we're doing an event on Valentine's Day and the day before Valentine's Day. That's the rock and roll, which you should come at.
That's at Summit.
That's at Summit, and then
Ricky might get contact. That's that's Kyle Moon's
Kyle's
job.
great. Got it. Yeah,
I love
Summit's
Kyle.
wonderful. He's awesome.
Kyle's great. I love Kyle. Shout out to Kyle.
Yeah, that's great. One thing I'll say too for 40 counties is, I guess, more so on like an industry. Shout out to any people just be open to collab. Come do work.
Yeah, we
have
would
a
love to
conversation,
collaborate with you.
you
If you
know.
want to try to make some hash together,
Yeah,
if you want to do some sort of an event, let's talk. There's no reason we can't all do this together.
Yeah, definitely. You know what I mean? Just reach out, give a call. I'm
It'd be
open
incredible.
It seems like a great service if you have a cultivation license. You just want to focus on cultivation. You just want to focus on actually taking the responsibility of setting up a whole place and hiring a whole wing of people.
And the thing is, if you let everybody do what they're best at, not only they're going to be happy doing it, people who love to grow. They really love to grow.
Yeah, some people don't want to do anything else.
Exactly, and why make them at some point? Some of the regulations and things are tough, but it's nice that you
We
can
wouldn't
get
be
some
anywhere
support
without.
and help.
We wouldn't be anywhere with them.
But no, I thank you guys for coming on.
Hey, no, thanks for having us out, man.
This
It's
was
a
great.
wrap.
It was good.
Yeah, no.
And what was that other thing again? The joint there, the pre-rolls that you guys.
Oh
what
yeah,
was that?
so we have that.
I like that one more time.
The
What is
new.
that?
So these are fantastic. The rosin rolls.
The rosin rolls.
Because you got hash holes out there already. You got the rosin injected pre-rolls. You got the rosin on the outside of pre-rolls. I really don't dig those at all. The ones where you put stuff on the outside of pre-rolls. How would you do that? It's such a waste, man.
So, I like these things. This tastes pretty good.
We'll have to get you some more.
Rosin rolls.
Yeah, look for them too. They're on the market now, but we'll have to get you some more.
Well, thanks for being on the show, boys.
Hey man, no problem. Thank you so much for having us.
This is
Fuck
awesome.
yeah.
It was great to
Ford.
talk to you guys more.
What was that?
It was just great to talk to you guys more and have
Oh,
this
yeah,
conversation
yeah.
and everything like that.
Yeah, absolutely, man. You guys, when you reached out and I linked up and got the product and tested out product, it was within compliance on the testing on the orange photonics.
Which is great.
Let's start a line and see if we can try to get you out to we can get you out to 14 counties for a tour or something.
Oh yeah,
It'd be great
Rob
for
would
us
love
to
it.
see, yeah.
Definitely.
What do you think, Rob?
Yeah, you gotta be on the camera.
He's stunned silence.
Shout out to Mr. Cameraman over here. Shout out to my wife Celeste.
Yeah, making it all happen.
Yeah, she keeps me going.
Oh yeah, is that thing ready to rock?
Let me get you a cap there.
Now it's a wrap.
Yeah.
That's a wrap.
Finish it on the.
Oh yeah, my boy said he wasn't gonna do one until the show was over. Oh no, that thing wasn't hot enough? Yeah, there you go.
Might have been too hot.
Oh wow, my man got after it. Well, like true fucking
That's how it close
dab
it.
style, man.
That's how it close it out.
14 counties in the building.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, this was
Hey,
great,
thank you
man.
so much again, dude. I really
Big
No,
shout out
I
to you
appreciate you guys taking time to come down here and share your story.
Yeah, thank you.
It was dope. I wish
appreciate you
Rob
guys
was
taking
here,
time.
but he couldn't make it.
Wake up in the morning, got a bag on my schedule. Niggas talking, bitches talking, they is not on my level. Check the time, wrist, rollie, rose gold on the bezel. Grab my keys and get my cell and hit the door with a shovel. It's time to get it out the mud. out the mud, out the mud, out the mud, out the mud, out the mud. It's time to get it.